Well, I can officially say it feels like spring. You can see there's still a bunch of snow and stuff on the ground, but it's like 45 degrees. I feel like taking my shirt off and basking in the sun, but I won't. But anyways, with it feeling like spring, I actually have to do some work to this mower. Yes, it is sold. Messick's bought it. So if anybody actually wants to buy this windrower, I would recommend it. It's an excellent machine. I'm just upgrading to a brand new one to head into the new year. As I can say, it's got a brand new cutter bar in it, but Messick's does not want. They gave me the price that they did so that I do the work on the machine to fix it up. Well, to be honest with you, it's fine. The only thing that's really bad on it is this crap. This. So they gave me, and I've replaced this before, and this panel here, I don't particularly like it, but it is what it is. But I think I got this new piece here to go on. I know I do. I got this new piece here to go on. I can bend this back out again, but this here and this here need to be replaced, and that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to fire the thing up. It hasn't ran in quite a long time. It's got a low tire on it, so I'll have to put air in that. But, you know, for sitting and being 3, 4, 5, 6 below zero for days and days on end, I don't know what the cold weather does, but it allows air to leak out of tires. But the back one's held up just fine. So anyways, I'm going to be repairing this thing. So I'm going to fire it up now and get going, just because it feels like spring. And it does feel like spring. So yeah. Nothing wrong with this machine, by the way. I mean, I put new batteries in it a year or so ago. Not last spring, 2 years. It'll be 2 years. Ooh, it's a little dirty in here. Somebody got up in here. I don't think it was me, but in order to start this, it still smells like a new machine in here too, by the way. And there's, I think anybody that wants to look back, if you're interested in purchasing this machine, anybody who wants to look back on my videos, you can see exactly what I have done to it. The next machine that I have to work on is that one, but you know, that's the baler. Tim's got the lid up for some reason. I have no idea why, but actually I do know why. But here we go. I'm going to move that steering wheel, and it should kick on when it says so. There it is. See it fired up. No problems. So I think we've got 20-some thousand acres through this. I'm not sure. It might be 23,000, something like that. I think so. 1,800 hours on it. I average 12 acres an hour. This is the bigger one. It is 235 horsepower. But anyways, I'm probably going to edit this video all to pieces. But we're going to work on that thing here pretty shortly, and make sure everything is good to go when they come with the new mowers. I bought 2 mowers. I'll tell you about that when they show up. But anyway, got the machine up in here. I don't know how we're going to pull this out. I think we're going to hook a pickup truck to it and yank it. Not that it's that big a deal. But here's the crates that these parts come in. And I'm going to show you how ridiculous this is. Now, this is the second one of these that I've gotten. The first one came in a cardboard and it was fine. But you see that reflector right there? That is on the inside, and there's no way in hell that anybody... Oh, hey, yeah, there's no way in hell that anybody in there would ever see that. It should be on the front side, which it isn't. It was like that on the last one, too. They must have the same mentally challenged guy running around with stickers to put on there. But the other thing is, this crate, it's massive. Massive overkill for both pieces. It just didn't make any sense to me. So, anyways, I just thought it was noteworthy to point out. But between these 2 crates, this piece here, which I'm not 100% sure where it goes, but I think I do know where it goes. Yes, I do. And there's a piece right there. Joe, open that up. Almost $1,000 at cost for those parts. I don't know what that is, but if Joe was allowed to have a knife, he would, you know, be able to cut that, right? I wouldn't have brought it with me. Oh, they're stickers. Oh, what else is in there? They made me buy stickers. Oh, there. That's where you go to buy this thing when you're ready to buy it. What else is in there? What do we got? More stickers. Ooh, so pretty. I'll tell you, these window lickers. They are. They're window. The guy that did this is a window licker, I swear to God. That is crazy. The amazing thing is, if you go over here, all right, here it is. Here's the cover over the top, and look, there it is. Who in the hell is ever going to see that? Nobody. It's stupid. But anyway, such is life. All right, so there's the decal on the new one. This one here I replaced, I don't know, a couple years back, and they had the decal there. I thought it was funny back then. Now I'm just trying to figure out if there is actually a reason for it, because to be honest with you, this is the front of the machine. There. This decal, I wonder if I could peel it off. I'd put it in the front. I don't think I can. Peel it off and see if you guys can peel that thing off there and lay it in the front. It's kind of stupid, because I got to actually remove a piece of steel that I had welded fast here. I welded that on there because it didn't have enough support, you know. So when you're going along and this thing's vibrating. Oh, this is a new belt, by the way. I put that on there last fall. It doesn't have maybe 50 acres through it. That's about it. Yeah. So this sensor here has got to work, so you kind of got to be careful with that. These wires will rub on stuff in underneath here, so it's really important that I put these back together. But anyways, I'm going to cut this off of here real quick, and then I'll put the new piece on. I should leave it there just for the support factor. I just wonder if it'll fit under there. Because what happens is just the vibration will actually wear that out. I mean, here's a bolt here that's holding this piece that's supposed to be there, and that's another thing. They skip this one, and you tie into that one, and this one here, and this one here, and then you don't do anything until you get up here. It just kind of free floats up inside there. But as you can see, the only real problem that I have with this machine here, and it isn't any more of a problem, but this here, my dad caught a culvert with it and actually bent that in, and I'm going to bend it back out. So probably just hook a tractor to it on a chain and pull it back out of there, and that, I'll call it a day. Everything else is pretty stout and where it belongs. This piece here I have to replace, so I may have some issues here. I think this may have bulged right there. So I might have to beat the crap out of that thing to get it back into place before I can bend, or it may have bent. Well, I think that is bent. You can see it there in the video. So I'm going to bend that back out and then beat it back in, and then I got a new one to go on. So we got some work ahead. Okay, so I figured I'd show you my progress so far. I got this panel in, and you can see it's the new case number. It's been a little bit of a pain in the ass to do. I had to do some trimming on the tin, so I have implement paint. Whenever you do a little trimming on the tin, it's always a good idea to cover it up, because some of it is just going to rust anyway. So as you can see, it doesn't hurt to throw a little paint on there. Yeah. It drips and sags and stuff as cold as it is. So anyway, so this panel's on. This was kind of a pain in the neck because of the this thing here being bent the way it was. So what I did was I hooked it to the skid steer in a chain, and I pulled it back and then beat on this with a sledgehammer, as you can see, which I'm going to now hide with some spray. You believe that thing painted just fine until it got on camera. Son of a bitch. Oh, I just spray painted my camera. Huh, no wonder the thing's running. Paint tastes bad, you know that? Oh well. I guess the paint can is now jammed up. So I'm just going to throw it back in here with my other paint. But anyways, yeah, so when you do that, you just kind of want to touch it up a little bit. The next thing to do is to actually put the shroud on. This string here, you know what this is? This is part of the belt that blew up on me. This is a brand new belt, by the way. I lost a grease zerk here, so I just put a new one in, so it's all good to go. I greased here and here. These are kind of a pain in the ass to grease. They're like the forgotten grease zerks. This chain is actually new. I put that on there this fall. This chain and the belt were both done at about the same time. What else did I do to this thing? Oh, there's a bearing down in there. That bearing there is new on the rollers, so it's in pretty good shape. So what I'm going to do now is actually lift that piece there up onto here, and I'm going to start putting it together. Now, you have got to use these pieces here. If you don't, you're going to have problems. You know what your problems are going to be? You're going to be wires wearing, because these wires run in here, and it's awful close. You can see right there, there's a wire that kind of got exposed, so I can fix that. I'm going to have to fix that, because I can't, now that I know that it's exposed, I'm going to have to fix it. So, alright. Well, I got a wonderful product just for that occasion. See that? It's called liquid tape. I'd rather use liquid tape on it than I would regular electrical tape. It's just a simple reason. The liquid tape actually makes a really nice, you kind of paint it on there like so. It forms on there pretty good, as you probably are not seeing me do, but here you get it on there nice, and when it dries, now it looks like a bunch of boogers on there, but when it dries, it makes exactly that type of casing. So now that I've got that process started, I gotta wait a little bit. So anyway, yeah, I don't know why that caught. I think maybe the belt got it, but it's pretty well protected now. Maybe I'll turn some heat on it, I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to get this thing here ready to go. I do have to find some bolts. I pulled the rod out of that one, and here it is. So this rod here will fit in there, and I'll put all the panels on accordingly. So yeah, I do have some things that I got to do yet today. So I'm probably going to have to put this off until tomorrow, so maybe it'll be a part 2, I don't know. But we'll see. Part 1 seems to be going quite well. Anyhow, if it's part 2 tomorrow, thanks for watching. If not, well, continue to watch. Well, I've decided to go ahead and keep on putting it together. So, yeah, so there it is. I don't have any carriage bolts, but I've got old bin bolts from when my dad built the grain bin back in 1977. So I still have like a mint of those things. So that's what I'm using. I'm using bin bolts on the inside there, and then to hold that tin, I've put a big old flat flat washer on the back side, and I'm tightening them up. It's pretty stiff now, as you can see. The only other 2 pieces I got to put on are right here, one there and one there. I got to tighten them up now, and then I am going to go ahead and hang these wires up. Well, this wire here has a tendency to rub right there on that belt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a wire tie, and I'm going to put it up around there, and I'm going to pull it up tight so that you can't see it, but it's going to hold it. So anyways, I'm going to do that. Now then the next will be the panel and the decals. Decals are tricky, so it takes windshield washer fluid, and you just or Windex, and I'll put them on. But anyways, well, it's dark out, but there it is, all finished. Only one thing that I need yet, which is this little thing for the back to pull it tight. And I think I might even have one. If I don't, I'll make one. But yeah, even put the sticker on. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.